Good morning, and welcome to the Morning Breath live stream where we start our day with coherence. I'm your host, Jeremy Tennell, systems designer and coherence coach. This is week 10, day 48 of our journey called The Path of Personal Transformation. And today, we're talking about something most people don't even realize. You are always affecting a room. Your emotions are not private, they're contagious. Whether you're aware of it or not, you are constantly transmitting a state, and the people around you are responding to it. I used to think my internal state was my business. It was private. If I was stressed, I'd keep it to myself. If I felt overwhelmed, I'd hide it. But what I didn't realize was I wasn't hiding anything. I began to take stock in social situations, on how my presence shifted a room, my tone, my pace, my presence. And I began to notice that even when I said nothing, people felt it. Conversations shifted. Tension either showed up or ease began to bloom. The room changed, depending on my state of being. And I had to confront something honestly. I wasn't just experiencing my state, I was distributing it. Your state is a signal, and systems organize around signals. So, whatever you carry into a space, calm, stress, urgency, clarity, reactivity, it doesn't stay contained. It influences how people respond, how decisions get made, how conflict unfolds. People don't respond only to your words, they respond to your state. This is where the work shifts, because now it's not just about how you feel, it's about what you create around you. When you're rushed, reactive, or unclear, you don't just experience that alone. You generate an environment where others begin to mirror it. Speed spreads, stress signals, tension propagates, but so does calm and presence and coherence. This idea isn't just philosophical. There's research beginning to explore how this might actually work. The human body generates measurable electromagnetic fields. Your heart, in particular, produces a field that can be detected up to 6 feet away from your body. To give you an idea, spread your arms out and imagine that field reaching from fingertip to fingertip. Your brain also generates an electromagnetic field that contributes to this activity, contributes to this larger field. That's established. We know that. Here's where the research frontier begins. Some researchers are exploring whether this field functions not just as energy, but as information transfer, meaning my psychological state, stress, emotional patterns, even my coherence may be encoded in the signals my body emits. And if that's true, the human interaction isn't just verbal. It's not just behavioral. It's not just body signals. It's field-based. Think of it like this. A cell tower doesn't just send energy. It transmits structured information across an electromagnetic field, and it arrives at your phone. The emerging question is, could human beings be doing something similar with their emotional states on a biological level? Are there emotional states, patterns of stress or regulation, even conditioned responses are not just expressed but broadcast? Now, to be clear, the ideas that trauma or memory is directly transferred through these fields is still very theoretical, but there are healing disciplines that engage with these fields, such as Reiki or biofield tuning. What is observable in this? Humans entrain to each other, heart rates synchronize, emotional states align, group dynamics stabilize or destabilized based on shared states. So whether you explain it through biology, nervous system signaling, mirroring neurons, or biofield interactions, the outcome is the same. We influence each other far more than we think or understand. From a systems perspective, this is a feedback loop amplification. It moves beyond yourself to others. One person's state becomes input for the next, which becomes input for the next. And before long, the entire system reflects the dominant signal. That is called a holofractal state. So, if the loop is stress, which leads to a reaction, which then spreads across a group, you're creating a group reinforcement. The system escalates into chaos. But if the loop becomes self-awareness through self-regulation, making presence stable, it influences others to do the same. The system stabilizes into coherence. And here's the point. You're not just in the system. You are a broadcast signal within it. Culturally, we've normalized dysregulation, constant urgency, chronic stress, emotional reactivity, and we've made it invisible by calling it normal. But what we're actually living in is a constant state of transmission, where people are unconsciously amplifying each other's instability, where our media broadcasts signals that amplify this even further, where our technology appears to disrupt that signal even further. And then we're wondering why it feels like everything is falling apart. But that is simple to answer. No one is bothering to interrupt the signal. So today, I want you to not ask yourself, don't just ask yourself, how do I feel? Ask, what am I transmitting? Because that's what people experience. Not your intentions, not your explanations, your state. And when you learn to regulate that, you don't just change yourself, you change the environment around you. Find some time today with your journal and write a little bit about this. What state do I constantly bring into the spaces I enter? And what effect does that have on the people around me? Let's move into our breath work. Find a comfortable seat. Roll your shoulders back. We're going to practice for about 5 or 6 minutes. Place your hand over your heart. We're targeting this area. Remember, your heart produces that biofield that's up to 6 feet in diameter. And the likelihood that it does transmit information through that electromagnetic field is not just extraordinarily high, but logically sound. We use biofields all the time to transmit information. Microwaves, cell phone towers. Why would there not be information inside the biofield that your body's producing? Not a mild biofield. The brain can be measured with a device about 3 inches from the skull. But the heart your emotional intelligence center, can register 6 feet in diameter in a toroidal field. Think of an apple. Why wouldn't there be information in there? So we're targeting our emotional cognitive center in this practice. So what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in first through our nose. Deep breath, and out with a sigh. Relax your face, relax your shoulders. Breathe in with, and out with a sigh. Let's begin our pattern with a 6-second inhale through our nose. Exhale through your mouth. 6 seconds in. 6 out. 6 in. 6 out. And now continue that pattern and begin to add a gratitude list in your mind. I am thankful for today. I am thankful for the sunrise. I am thankful for the birds chirping. I am thankful for the opportunity today brings. On your own, continue that pattern of breath and gratitude. Let your gratitude spiral outward and get bigger. When you get distracted, return to your breath and gratitude. Stay with it. Let's return to the space with a big inhale through our nose. Exhale with a sigh through your mouth. Again. If this resonates with you, Stay with the work, because this is where personal transformation becomes influence. You are always transmitting something. The only question is it coherence or is it chaos? Take a breath, and I'll see you tomorrow morning.